This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
I was trying to get it how I live. I want them dead presidents. I want to pull up, head spin, get it, get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. I don't get tired.
And welcome to episode number 12 of the Two Bad Hombres podcast, alongside my usual sidekick and partner in crime, that is the Doc, from Doc and Jock, John Macaroon. And we have some great guests with us in studio today. A real bad hombre, in my opinion. And Thomas, the Hitman Hearns. Mr. Hearns, how's it going?
Fine, how you doing?
Very good, sir. Also, Thomas Bolden and Jerry Reese. We've got some stellar gentlemen joining us today, Doc, to say the least.
Vito, you did a great job. I'm proud of you. I'm looking forward to this chat more than you know. When you have Detroit royalty in the house, you definitely are having a good day. Welcome to the studio, Mr. Hearns. We appreciate it. I look forward to the chat. Vito, you did really well. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Well, first and foremost, I wanted to say that Mr. Hearns already was nice enough to autograph a Sports Illustrated cover that I have of him from before his first bout with Sugar Ray Leonard. Very, very nice of you to do that. I wanted to compliment you about that first. And now, really to start off here, the discussion today, guys, I wanted to find out, how did you get the nickname, the Hitman?
Just got to keep knocking people out. Every time you get in the ring, knock them out. And then all of a sudden, the name follows you. Because they give you the name. And that's basically what happened with me. After so many knockouts, people just start calling me, oh, man, you just a knockout king. You got to be called the Hitman.
You are quite the knockout artist. I know that about you, and deserving of that nickname, definitely. And also, I wanted to get into the street dedication. Now, that was done for you through the help of Mr. Thomas Bolden, who wrote the city proposal, I know, for it as well.
Correct.
And Thomas, glad to have you here. Wanted to get you involved and ask you about what was involved with writing that city proposal to get that street dedicated in honor of Thomas Hitman Hearns.
I have been a long lifetime resident of Detroit and a long lifetime fan of Thomas Hitman Hearns. The very first day he threw his first punch, his very first knockout, I was hooked ever since then. But as time went on, following Thomas Hitman Hearns' career, one of the most prolific fighters I've ever seen in my life. And not only that, being from Detroit, as I got older and went off into my career as well, always wanted to do something back, to give back to Detroit. And if I ever had the opportunity, I wanted to do something to highlight Mr. Hearns' career, because Mr. Hearns gave us 100% quality showtime for over 30 years, when it came to boxing. I thought that it was the time for us as Detroiters to give back to Mr. Hearns as much as Mr. Hearns have given back to us as one of the world-renowned fighters in the country, in the world. And in doing so, I had the opportunity to meet with a lot of political figures and other people of authority to assist me in this process of helping me put this proposal together in terms of making that street renaming possible. Upon that, the opportunity was given to me to make that happen, with the cooperation of Mr. Hearns giving me the okay, and right along with the support of thousands and thousands of fans all over the world, when word was out that the street was being renamed after him, right at the legendary, historical, once again I say, Kronk Boxing Gym. I mean, emails, phone calls, letters came all over the country.
With that said, Thomas, I want to say that it made me feel proud to know that the people love me so much to give me street named after me. And then following the street naming after, they told me that Kronk is available. We have Kronk Gym, which is right there on the same street. And that made me feel so great, Now, I was happy to accept the name of the street and then accept the gym itself. But the gym, I get the gym with a lot of problems. The gym has got to be remodeled because it went through a lot of changes since it's been closed for the last 4 or 5 years. And to get the gym back up to the park and get it back to work, back up, so we can bring fighters and start making champions again, it's going to take a lot of money to repair this place. So, but I'm not upset with that. It's just I got to do work. And I don't mind doing work when it's a good cause. I might have to put money into putting the building back together, or people going to help me put the building back together. That means that once I get it together, I can start creating champions, like my trainer used to do. Emmanuel Stewart have created so many different champions, and I'm one of them. Now, if I can go back and start doing the same thing Emmanuel Stewart did for other people, that made me so proud. I'll be so proud of myself.
And what kind of, memories did that street dedication, the day of that street dedication, what kind of memories did that spark for you of training under the tutelage of Emmanuel Stewart?
It just brought back a lot of memories for me because I know this is the same place where I started my career. And now it's gonna be the same place where somebody else gonna start their career and hopefully do better than what I did. It's just a great, amazing thought in my mind.
And now, what would Emmanuel have said about that day?
Maybe
a lot of probably things that you can think he would have said, huh?
Maybe said, man, this is awesome. They giving you the gym for one thing, which they gave me the gym for two. And now we're passing it on, passing it down. I think Emmanuel have been very proud to know that city of Detroit cares that much about one man. That they want to pass the gym on. It's awesome.
Jerry?
Yeah, I'm a joker, but Emmanuel was a very serious guy, and I always like to quote remarks from Emmanuel, so I can just imagine what he would say for something like that for Tommy.
Well, imagine you gave a reply to what I was saying about the gym.
Okay, well, we know what you said, but Emmanuel.
God damn, I just did not believe this shit here. They did what? Tommy, they gave you a gym? Wait, what is it, a street? What the hell going on over there? So anyway, goddamn, I'm sitting here reading my paper and looks up on the goddamn TV, and who do I see? Thomas Hitman Hearns. This is some miraculous situation going on here. Thomas Hitman Hearns got a damn street named after him. I'm getting ready to call down here. What? Coleman Young died? Oh, hell. Who the hell can I call then? Well, I'll just call Kwame in jail? What, goddamn, who the hell I'm gonna call? They done gave Tommy Hitman Hearns the damn street. Hold on, this is my wife calling. Hello, Marie? Yeah, I'm looking at TV. I see this. They gave Tommy Hitman Hearns Avenue over there where the Kronk Gym. And I don't know how I missed it. I was sitting here, and anyway, I got to call something. Let me call Ronald Reagan or some goddamn body. I don't know. I got to call somebody to find out what's going on. So that's what Emmanuel was joking through his mind, because he missed it just a little bit. But I love Tommy. We call him when he was a little boy, and he was so small, we just called him Junior. He had junior feet, junior head, and junior hands. Next thing you know,
how could you tell?
Well,
I was hitting pretty hard back then.
Yeah, but the other kid, they wasn't like you. They had big hands, and you were just such a little. I looked at him. I said, "God damn! His mama brought him all the way from the east side over here to box. Why did he keep that little son bitch on the other side of town?"
First off the cuff, really good. You should be doing this for a career too. Really good. Now I've got to ask though, Mr. Hearns, did Emmanuel sound like that?
That was Emmanuel.
That was Emmanuel.
Emmanuel had a way with words, and he knew how to put things together. And he's just a character, a really funny guy. Emmanuel was, a very funny guy, but a very loving guy to it as well.
But I love Junior. I love him. He was the first little strong guy to come over here, over at my Kronk Gym, where I built all my champions. And I kept looking at him. And it was a rainbow going on the same day. I looked at the rainbow, and I'm like, what the hell this rainbow keep going over my head for? And about About 6 months later, I figured it all out. I entered this son bitch into a tournament. And I looked first. I said, Tommy, you're slapping me. You're slapping the guy. You got to punch the little. Listen to me, what I'm telling you. You shoot it right down the middle, and you knock a motherfucker out. And I'm gonna show you how to do this. Now you just listen to me. And next thing you know, I looked up. His mama hollering, his sister hollering, and I said, Tommy, shoot the goddamn right hand right down the middle. And the time he knocked this guy out cold, and the guy fell out the ring. I knew then I had me a world champion, and I got all my friends, borrowed some money, and I pawned my car, and we said, we're going to put all our money into this kid right here. And here we are, 30 years later, 40 years later, and he is, some bitch got a goddamn street named after him, Tommy Hitman Hearns Avenue. I never was seen. He done won world title. All went to the president, talked to the president, and talked to all the kids all around the world. And now here we are. I was just talking to Barry Gordy, and he left Detroit. I told him to stay right here in Detroit and help us out, but he left. And so, you know, I worked my ass off, and here I am now looking at Tommy Hearns got a street, and I ain't talking about the president gonna help him out with the gym. Now, I am so proud of him. He has really made my life what it is. And I y'all excuse me for crying, but can somebody give me a napkin? I wipe my face off. Tommy, come over here and give me a hug. You know, I love your little skinny ass, and you done really grew up to be a big boy. I'm glad I gave you some of them oatmeals that I used to cook. You know?
I'll just say this, too. Mr. Hearns has a few inches on me. Only a few. Only a few. But I was going to say, we can't discount the fact, too, that you won 7 world titles in 5 different weight classes. So not just 1 or 2 world titles, 7 world titles, too.
I see you've been doing your homework.
I have been trying to keep up.
And you're right.
Yes, sir. Now, what was the hardest weight division to win in for you?
Probably was the cruiserweight division, because that was so much more weight than I was used to carrying on my frame, because I have a small frame and then try to carry all that weight at one time, man. It was difficult, very difficult. But I managed to make the weight division, make the weight, and once I made the weight, I was cool.
As we all know, one of your biggest bouts of all time was against Sugar Ray Leonard, and you fought him twice.
Right.
You lost to him, and then there was the controversial draw.
Yeah.
Now, he later admitted that you should have won that second bout.
To me, that don't mean nothing. You know, if you knew I won, why you didn't say that when they announced you won, or when they announced you was a draw? You just, I got my butt whooped that night. You know, because it happened. He knew what happened, and all he had to do was be honest.
But did you think you should have won that bout? Was there that thought right after that, or at all for you, that you should have won that bout after the draw was
I thought I should have won, but
declared?
You know what? At that time, I was just willing to accept a draw, because I figured if they give me a draw, then we would have to fight again. But that didn't happen. He wasn't thinking about fighting again.
Did you want that fight to happen again?
Come on, man. It was like 1-1. So one win, one draw. I want to be two wins instead of 1 draw. To me, that's one of my greatest performance. But having a great performance and not winning, not having a great performance.
I can tell it doesn't mean as much. And I can see that, I think, across all sports, right, guys? And I bet you guys can comment upon that, too, about how when you look at the sports landscape.
A great performance means that you're doing a great job and you won the fight. But mine, I done a great job, but I draw. That's crazy.
Also, what it does in the business of it, draw is a ripoff, because you don't in Vegas, when you bet to win, you got to win. If you bet to lose, you got to lose. So when you bet the draw, it got to be a draw. So if you didn't bet most people don't bet a draw, because a draw is typically a long shot. They're normally gonna have a winner. So the people who bet all their money to win, they lost. But probably a smart bettor would have had it cover a draw just in case, because of the odds. But the average person is not betting a draw. You go on for it all. No draw.
Well, yeah, who bets for a draw?
Right. Gamble, professional gambler.
I thought a draw was
Hardcore, yeah.
Draws.
he you know, I don't, and like I said, the only reason I joke about Emmanuel, if anyone who knows Emmanuel, they know how he talk. He was a really serious guy. He was kind of like Coleman Young. Coleman Young was very outspoken, and he would say things. What? God damn it!
coming over here. I don't give a shit. You know, he would just curse. You know, but so Emmanuel was a curse.
Are you in kin to Coleman?
No, that was your cousin. Remember, y'all was related. Coleman did a lot for Tommy, and
Of course he have.
he
Of course
was.
he did, brother.
Yeah.
Now, did I read that his son is running now
Yes.
for the city of Detroit mayor?
Yes.
That is true. I do want to mention, during that particular fight, it's pretty much still etched in my mind. And to this day, that fight is still being given to Tommy. I'm like what Jerry said, a draw don't exist in my mind because I watched that fight blow to blow. The champion won that fight. He fought for that fight and he won that fight. But as we know, things happen and life have to continue to move on, and that's what the champ did. He continued to become our lifelong champion of the world. And as we are now today, we want to continue that championship, but in a different way. As we all know, Detroit is part of the economic development, one of the 7 rapid growing cities, downtown cities, as we speak now. There's so much economic development that's going on, and Tommy's name is constantly being mentioned throughout some of the development in terms of what we might do with the Joe Louis Arena Gym, a museum, restoring the historical legendary Kronk Gym. A lot of things that are going on where Tommy is being considered as being a piece of this pioneer efforts to restore Detroit and keep the legends, the legendary, and keep the legends going forward in Detroit. I do say so myself. So out of this, some great things has come out of that street renaming in Detroit.
Now, Vito, from time to time, I like to turn on YouTube, watch old fights. One of my favorite fights of yours, Mr. Hearns, is the fight with Marvin Hagler. It was a great fight, and I consider those 3 rounds probably the 3 best rounds of boxing I've ever seen in a fight. And from time to time, I'll go back and watch. And I know there was never a rematch, but after that fight, your legacy began to grow. A lot of people got respect for you based upon that fight. Did you know at that time that people were respecting you, and how did you handle around that time knowing that you're coming up in the fight game?
Well, people have always given me respect over the years I've been out here, so that was never an issue with me about having people respect me. It was just in that fight, a lot of things came out. I wanted to go out there and just do away with him real quick, and when that didn't happen, I knew when I went into the fight that it probably going to be a long fight because I knew that one thing would happen with my leg. I was having a problem with my leg. So I said, man, it's best for me to go out there. I can't box him. Go out there and try to drop the hammer on him. I dropped it a few times and I broke my hand. After I broke my hand, I said, oh. I said, oh, Lord, please help me now because it was like I had no weapon to hold him off.
Don't fail me now.
So,
alligators and tigers.
Yeah, so when that happened, I just started to pray. That's all. All I could do was just pray and depend on my left hand.
Now, going into a fight, whether it be anybody, when you go into a fight, did you feel nerves, or did you feel like if you trained well that you're just going to go handle your craft? What was it like walking to the ring to go battle with another man who you knew was out there to win and to do you harm?
Well, it was like going into the fight. I knew in the ring, I knew that I had no legs, so I had to change my game plan. My game plan was to go out and strictly outbox him. But once I figured out that my legs was gone, I told him, man, we're going to change the strategy. He said, what? I said, we have to change the strategy. He said, what's wrong? I said, my legs are gone. He said, what, champ? You do what you got to do. You know what you got to do. Go do it. So I told him, man, I'm going out there. I'm going to try to take him out early. I'm going to take him out early because if I don't, I don't know how I'm going to go. Go out there and do what you got to do, Thomas. And that's what I did.
If you guys remember, he cut him. He cut Hagler, and they were contemplating stopping the fight. So it was rough because he could have blinded. He was cut. It was a big gash across his eye, and so that was a really good game changer. Because in those early exchanges, Tommy got the better of the early exchanges between them, and not the last Super Bowl, but the one last year, Al Michaels mentioned that fight
comparing the two teams that were playing against each other, if they were going to go out there at each other like Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler. And I told Tommy, I said, man, you got like at least $250,000 worth of free advertising, from that comment. The whole world was watching the Super Bowl. And they're talking about comparing the football game to Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler. Back in the day, as a kid, they used to always compare things to Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, and now they're talking about
Thomas Hearns being brought up like that. Yeah. Very nice comparison. Now, is there any true comparison though from a team sport to an individual sport like boxing?
Boxing is a quantum by itself because you can't really compare too much. I mean, you say you compare football with boxing, it's different. I mean, they hit each other, but they hit each other with pads on. And when we box, it's nothing but you and them gloves. And now you get past them gloves, you're doing good. You're going swell.
And you know what? When you were boxing, it was a great era for boxing.
Yes.
What do you think is the state of the sport right now?
It's laid back. it's like we're in a very comfortable position right now with the fighters because the fighters are not giving the audience what they really want to see. The audience want to see go out there and go knucklebill. Want to see you throw some punch. Want to see some head being knocked around, and all they see is guys moving and ducking and not doing nothing. Not giving them excitement. And people and when they pay to see boxing, they want to see excitement.
Are you talking about Floyd Mayweather too a little bit about how he kind of just dances around the boxing ring?
I'm talking about everybody out there right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to single anyone out, but I'm just saying that you got to start giving the people what they want to see, what they're paying to see.
But let me ask you, were you intrigued by that Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather bout?
When?
Not quite, huh? Not too intrigued.
I didn't see it.
However,
wasn't much of a fight, you're saying in so many words, I guess.
It wasn't what the people were expected to be. I mean, because the people thought we were going to put on a great show. But if you know Floyd don't get in there and mix it up like that. Floyd is a guy that stay out and just move and make you look bad.
Uh-huh. He just ducks and ducks.
Yeah, ducks.
For a long time until he wins, really, it seems like.
Well, he ducks until he sees a good shot and he takes the shot.
Uh-huh.
It reminds you of boxing with your little sister because you can't hit her back when you just move around. She chasing you around the room. I'm gonna kick your butt. Then you duck out of her way. She slaps. She throw the shoe. You duck again. That's what it's like to me watching Floyd. You duck.
I can tell not a good fight then. That's not a good fight to watch.
I'm not going to agree with that point. Cause I ain't never going to say the man a little sissy though. No. The man has the ability to fight, but it depends on who he fighting. He can fight. He proved that he can fight. He's got to fight somebody who out there going to give him a good match though. Who I don't see nobody going to give him a good show.
Have you heard about Conor McGregor? Now an MMA guy potentially fighting Floyd Mayweather. Would you be interested in that?
Let me tell you something. If he's my weight and he come over and my field, what I do, and try to beat me, of course I'm gonna beat him because he going out of his class, his league, to go fight somebody that's a champion that has the ability to beat him, and he don't box. He kickbox. His feet got to stay on the floor. He got to use his hand. His skills of his hand, and his hand skills is not that good.
And can he spar like that? He probably can't keep up. He probably can't, not in the boxing ring. And then it wouldn't even be a valid fight.
The movement's going to be too much for him. The head move, he not used to a guy like Floyd moving his head, getting out the way, making somebody look bad, and that's why he's going to look bad.
I think he's looking for a knockout punch in his mind.
Who looking for a knockout punch?
McGregor. If I hit Floyd, I was reading this on was it Bleacher Report or something?
Yeah.
That he's looking for that knockout in his mind. He's relying on it. It won't happen. It won't happen.
How many people going around looking for that?
Right. It won't happen. But that's what he's depending on. That if I hit him one time, I'm gonna knock him out.
The man moved his head too quick before them guys.
But every person in their minds have visions of what it would be like until you get in there.
When the thought of punching Floyd come to McGregor's mind, Floyd already out the way. Floyd left already.
Yeah, I would like to knock out Floyd Mayweather too, but guess what? It's not going to happen. I can't even knock out my own brother. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Just stop thinking about knocking somebody out. You can't knock somebody out. Don't worry about it. You know, a knockout artist. Leave it to the knockout artist.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is talk. If there's no people gonna come on, oh, I wish I could talk like you. Want to talk like you? Just tell them it's gonna take some practice, baby.
Mm-hmm. That's the line to give them, huh?
Now, when they ask you to fight, hey, I don't fight. I'm a radio man. I'm on the radio. Get on the radio, and then we can talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Thomas, if a young person's listening to this and he wants to be a fighter, what 2 or 3 things does he need to do to be a world champion fighter? What do you look for in somebody that's young that's going to need to come up to become a professional prize fighter?
First of all, you got to get the training. Learn. Go to somebody that knows what they're doing and get the proper training. Once you get the proper training, you're on your way. You are on your way. You just got to get this proper training of how to box, and then you got to build your win up. Get out there and do your road work 2 or 3 miles a day. You got to do it. If you don't do that, you're going to have no wins to go the whole distance. Yeah, and you want to go the distance. The distance is very important.
And now I know Emmanuel, he helped mentor Tony Harrison for a while there, a guy that I interviewed on this podcast as well. And what do you think about him as a boxer?
Tony, I think that Tony still has a lot to learn, and he's very teachable because he's very willing to learn. So a guy like him, you got to give it to the right person to show him how. It's all about showing a man how to do something the right way instead of learning somebody how to do something the wrong way. You can always do something the wrong way, but how many people do the right thing?
That is key in life and a lot of aspects of life. And speaking of something to do with life, and I think helping to resurrect the city of Detroit, which I know you've helped out with, Mr. Bolden, all you guys collectively have, wanted to ask about something that you already had brought up and you did as well, Thomas, about the restoring of the original Kronk Gym. And what is key to that? And what are the plans for it as of right now, guys?
You know, right now, I don't think that Thomas can answer that. Thomas Bolden can answer that because I've been looking into it and I see that the Kronk Gym is going to need a lot of work. And I have friends, I have people that is committed to helping me do the work. And as long as I got my people, my friends helping me and committed to help me do the work, regardless of what it needs, it's going to be done. It needs a lot of work. I'm not saying it needs a lot of work, but I got people that love me, that want to see me do this for the kids. Get this thing back together and get it up and running again. So it's going to happen.
Do you have a timetable, though, at all for the restoring of it?
I can't say. I don't have a timetable, but I'm trying to put everything together right now. But once we start it, it's going to move quickly. It will move quickly.
Thomas, anything to say about that?
Yeah, that is correct. Like the champion said, it's going to take a committee. That's the first thing, to get the infrastructure and the blueprint together on which direction that we would start to proceed in. Definitely it's going to take some finances, but once you collectively get the components together, which is the committee is formed, and then from there, definitely another proposal will have to be written, and from that point on, we can go ahead and start, the building process.
But I don't see a point where the finances are going to be a problem because everybody I talk about they're willing to help. Everybody wants to see it back up and run because the place have done so much for a lot of people, not just myself, but for a lot of people, and gave a lot of people an opportunity or a chance to get off the street. And people want to see that happen all over again. Give somebody a chance, get them off the street, and give them doing something right. Show them how to do something right for a change. And that's what boxing is. And
beside for helping to restore the original Kronk Gym, what is your game plan for helping out the city of Detroit going forward?
My game plan is just to be there when they call me, when they need me, because I don't know everything that the city needs, but when the city call me, I want to be there to help, to come to need and do whatever I have to do to help.
Thomas Bolden?
Well, definitely, like the champion spoke, whatever the city may need, he's willing and ready to participate. And not only that, myself as well, Mr. Hearns is a vital piece of the artwork that's in Detroit. He is one of the historical priceless art that is there in Detroit. And with that being said, the city wants to uplift him and also be able to utilize him in a way to help the city continue to grow and also identify the landmark which is the historical legendary, worldwide legendary historical Kronk Gym, and as well as the historical worldwide champion of the world, Thomas Hitman Hearns. So there's a lot of components and a lot of great things that are going on in the city of Detroit. Through hard work and efforts, we have a lot of people on board to help see these dreams and some of these endeavors manifest. My take on that we will succeed in our goal to get the gym up and going. To restore it.
We will succeed in restoring Kronk.
We want to start the campaign right now. Join the fight with 7-time world boxing champion Thomas the Hitman Hearns to make Detroit great again. Join the fight. That's the campaign. Join the fight. Join the Thomas Hitman Hearns fight to bring Detroit back to the historical days when everybody is happy.
And also, I do want to send a shout out for Amy Sloan, who's been such an instrumental person with my campaign in assisting me.
Who this?
Amy Sloan.
Miss Sloan.
Miss Sloan.
Miss Amy Sloan.
Miss Amy Sloan.
I know that lady.
A great lady who helped hook up this interview too with you guys.
Real nice lady.
Yes.
Amy. I know Amy.
And with the effort and the drive of Miss Sloan, a lot of this would not have been possible without her efforts and her resources that she has, and some of the great things that she does in the state of Michigan.
All right, once again, Amy, come on,
So I want to send a shout out to Amy.
Amy Sloan, come on,
Amy, as I always have said about you, you're the quarterback, and your love is ubiquitous. It is everywhere at the same time.
Where did you get that word at?
That's a big word. I don't even know what that word means. I'm trying to figure out what it means. That's pretty big.
You don't even know
but
what
hey,
it
probably
says.
a proper word to use to describe Miss Amy Sloan too.
Hey, Google it.
Google it. You can Google it. We can all do that. I know that much.
My understanding, there are some autobiographies.
That's the harder thing. You're right.
Some autobiographies that would like to be done on Mr. Hearns. They also talks about a movie of his life with the Kronk Gym, beginning and now. There are a lot of things that have been mentioned on the table that I've actually heard that would like to be executed and possibly done. So there's a lot of things that's going on with Mr. Hearns in the city.
Well, I'm going to be the first to tell you. I didn't tell nobody else this, but I talked to Emmanuel Stewart last night. We're trying to do a clone.
That'd be a nice thing if you could actually pull it off, huh, John?
Is there anybody you'd want to play you? Is Denzel Washington potentially?
Yeah, Batman.
That's the only guy who could sufficiently play you, huh? You're quite the Batman yourself, huh?
I think Denzel could be one.
Yeah.
Because I saw Denzel train for a movie. I don't know what. Someone mentioned as we were talking with Amy, Will Smith, but
Will Smith would be huge.
yeah, and that name came up a couple times. Amy.
Will Smith played boxing for Muhammad Ali.
So people.
And yes, he has. Now, really quick, before we end our segment here today, guys, do you think the city of Detroit is almost back to where it once was?
No, I think we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
We're not there yet, but we are. Detroit is coming. It's coming. Detroit will make a comeback. They're gonna make a big comeback this time. Watch my word. Detroit is gonna come back.
And it's making strides toward that comeback already, it seems like, big
Very
time.
much
And with
so.
the Little Caesars Arena coming now as well.
Very much so. We just want to be able to be a part
Of something.
of that development.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward, and we're very optimistic, and we're eager to be a part of the new Detroit.
Being that said, we're in the process of sending a letter over to Olympia Entertainment,
Yes.
where they would have at the new Little Caesars Arena a statue of 7-time world boxing champion Thomas the Hitman Hearns, the
There we go.
icon of Detroit.
Need to see that happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen because that's to me is far fetched because
If we believe, champ, dreams come true.
I'll say this too. We
Join
want
the
to see
fight.
it happen. We hope it can happen.
right.
Now,
I mean if that was to happen, man, and while I'm still living to see that, man, that was that'd be fabulous. That would be so awesome, man. I don't have the words for that.
Hey, he'll give up his dieting plan.
So, Thomas, how do you want people to remember you as they're listening, as they reflect on your career, the great man that you are, the ambassador to the fine city of Detroit? How do you want people to remember you?
Remember me as the man that loved the people, loved his people for what they done for me, what they allowed me to do here in this world, in this city. I mean, Detroit means so much to me because Detroit is the reason why I am the person I am today, because they all support me and they still love me. And I thank them very much for their love.
And what a great ambassador Thomas Hearns truly is for the city of Detroit. Thank you for all your contributions throughout the years, too.
Yeah, I just want to bring one other thing before closure. Tommy Hearns had the opportunity to fight in front of Joe Louis on winning that first world title in Detroit. And lastly, Muhammad Ali fought his last fight on the same boxing card with Tommy Hearns in Nassau, Bahamas. Ali fought Travis Berbick. He lost and he retired. But that was the last time Ali fought. Some of the greatest, the greatest people in the history of boxing, Tommy Hearns had the opportunity to intertwine with them on a high level. Joe Louis was at attendance at Joe Louis Arena when Tommy Hearns knocked out Pepino Cuevas back in 1980, and that was in 80 when Ali fought his last fight. That was in 81. So in 1981, Ali fought Travis Berbick, and Tommy Hearns, they were on the same card. Ali had lost to Larry Holmes, and he made one more comeback, and that was right after Tommy lost to Ray in September. So he fought in December of 81. They both fought in the same card.
Jerry Reese dropping the knowledge here on this edition of Two Bad Hombres.
Now, I'm not saying how true that may be, all of it.
But you know something?
Some of it's true news, the rest of it I don't know.
True? Google.
Google it. You can find out the validity of everything that way. And quite the story that I have, my dad drove to a bar with a group of buddies to watch that bout for you against Pepino Cuevas, by the way. On closed circuit television, my dad...
there? No, at the fight.
They weren't at the fight. No, you were at the fight.
Well, I was at the fight.
But let me just help the champ out. He said he's not sure. Well, did you fight on the same card with Muhammad Ali?
When?
In Nassau, Bahamas. I think you were like flying around the ring, jumping.
It could have been me.
Yeah, that was him. And actually, they were sparring partner. If you go to YouTube and put in Tommy Hearns versus Muhammad Ali, it pops right up and tells you all about it. And
listen, let me tell you, to box your champion, Muhammad Ali was the reason why I started boxing, and to get in to box the champion, it kind of peed me off a little bit because I checked my pants and it was kind of wet a little bit. But you know, to actually get in the ring and box Muhammad Ali, it felt great. And to box him and be able to hit with me, be able to hit with Muhammad Ali with jabs, I go like, man, what you doing? This is the champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali slapped me in the face with a jab. I said, he hit me, I got to hit him back.
You had to. He was a real deal, though, huh?
Muhammad Ali, real, like I say, the greatest of all time.
Ironically, again, in 1975, Muhammad Ali came to the Kronk boxing gym before Tommy Hearns ever turned professional. He did an exhibition.
2 years before.
Well, you started
77.
77, yeah. So 2 years before he turned professional, Ali came to the famous Kronk boxing gym, did an exhibition bout at Olympia Stadium, and they had a group of young amateur kids from the Kronk Gym that did exhibitions on it. But you know, he played with Tommy's ears, and he looked at him. Then he said, "You know, you're a skinny kid, but I see something in you." And from that day on, I think it really resonated in Tommy's mind that it was something special about him. And then that's when Emmanuel came in. I think Ali was right, Tommy. I see something in you. You're gonna be great. You just stick with me. I'm gonna show you how to throw the right hand. You gotta get on your back foot, Tommy, and put a little power behind it, and you'll start knocking all those guys out. And after he started knocking them out, man,
Now, see, didn't I tell you, Tommy? Now, didn't I tell you? Your mama told you to stop eating them damn Cheerios and eat oatmeal.
Don't
So
talk about
Tommy
my
Hearns.
mama,
Okay,
man.
I'm sorry, man. No problem.
Never talk about somebody's mama. I have found that out as well the hard way at times. That is true.
Hey, that's what happened. That's what happened with Roberto Duran. So we know what time.
You got to watch out with what you say at times. You do. And what was that experience like for you with Ali being there at the old Kronk Gym?
It was an awesome experience because knowing that, for one thing, knowing that he was my idol. I mean, I couldn't take my eyes off him the whole time. I was trying to learn as much as I possibly can. The time he was there, and it was just so much going through my mind. I mean, I don't remember everything I was thinking, but man, I was saying, I gotta cherish this moment. This moment, I gotta keep him with me as long as I possibly can. I never know when I might see the champ again.
You learned a ton from Ali, and I have learned a ton from you guys today. Guys, thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Have a good one, guys. Best of luck to you as well.
Thank you, Mr. Bolden, for making this possible because, my watch, I got to get a new watch. It doesn't work too well. But being that they have phones, Mr. Bolden, he called early in the morning, 5 o'clock. I said, but it's at 5 o'clock in the evening, man, not 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'm glad I got you ready and got you here, though. It was a pleasure. Jerry, Thomas, Mr. Hearns, everybody here, guys, thank you very much once again. It's been a great time.
Thank you. I love you.